Imagine for a moment your child standing before you, asking a question that makes you pause deeply and sincerely reflect. Why should we even pray? It seems like a simple phrase, yet it contains an entire universe of thoughts and doubts, questions that sooner or later visit every person. Everyone who has ever begun to pray has asked themselves this question. Why does prayer become part of our lives? What is its purpose amidst the daily hustle, worries, and entertainment? This question marks the beginning of a long and profound journey inward. Each of us approaches prayer differently. Some grow up with it from childhood, while others must endure many trials and tribulations before finding this path. But regardless of how we begin, it's crucial to understand the essence of prayer and its true role in our lives. Prayer is not just an obligation or a set of mechanical actions. It represents something far greater. Prayer is a living, ongoing dialogue with the Creator. It strengthens us, supports us during difficult times, and allows us to feel connected to someone who is greater and stronger than our human limitations. Imagine a situation where someone suddenly faces their problems alone. Some try to find support among friends. Others turn to family. And some withdraw into themselves. But sometimes, neither friends nor family can help. At such moments, the importance of having an invisible yet strong connection with God becomes clear. However, many perceive prayer merely as a solution to problems. When trouble arrives, they remember God, begin praying, and ask for help. But what happens once the issue is resolved? Often, the individual forgets prayer and returns to life's bustle as if nothing had happened. This highlights a significant mistake because genuine prayer is not an emergency response in difficult situations. True prayer involves continually maintaining a spiritual connection with the Creator, approaching Him daily with an open heart and sincere soul, regardless of circumstances. It's crucial to realize that prayer is a means of self-discipline, learning to stop the endless flow of thoughts and anxieties, and learning to enter a state of tranquility and peace. It's about hearing the voice of your soul, which often gets drowned out by external noise. But it's especially important to communicate this understanding to our children. Every child eventually encounters questions about life's purpose, about good and evil, about happiness and how to achieve it. If children learn about prayer from an early age, observing their parents live a life of prayer and understand its profound meaning, they will feel more confident and calmer in this challenging world. Raising children in a spirit of prayer isn't merely about teaching them to mechanically repeat words and perform specific actions. It involves teaching them to appreciate the depth and value of communicating with God. It is about showing them that prayer is a source of inner strength and harmony that will accompany them throughout life. Often, parents mistakenly perceive religious upbringing as a series of prohibitions and limitations. They impose strict rules on their children without explaining why these rules exist and what meaning lies behind them. This approach leads to resistance, misunderstanding, and even rejection of religion. But if we want our children to genuinely embrace prayer, we must reveal its beauty and depth. It is essential for children to see how prayer helps their parents become stronger, wiser, and kinder. They need to understand that prayer isn't restrictive but liberating, freeing them from fears, anxieties, and worries. Imagine an adult who has grown up understanding that prayer is an integral part of their life. This person has a strong and profound connection with God during both joyful moments and moments of sorrow and loss. They never feel alone, even when the world seems hostile and confusing. They know that God is always near, that their voice is heard, and their prayer is a bridge connecting them to the infinite wisdom and love of the Creator. Every individual inevitably encounters life's trials, losses, disappointments, failures, relationship issues. These are all parts of our journey. But how we navigate these challenges makes the difference. A person who has prayer in their life handles difficulties differently. They don't despair, don't fall into depression, don't lose faith in the better. They feel supported and sustained, knowing their life has meaning even when everything appears to collapse. Prayer helps maintain inner strength and calm. It reminds us that there is more to this world than just material values and daily routines. Prayer teaches gratitude, enables us to appreciate beauty in small things, and to value life and those around us. Pause for a moment and consider how different your life would be without prayer. How many times has prayer supported you, helped you make the right decisions, and given you the strength to move forward? Surely you can recall countless such moments. That is precisely why it is essential to pass on the value of prayer to children from an early age. As they grow older, they will not doubt its necessity, but will see it as an indispensable part of their lives, enriching them spiritually and emotionally. Don't postpone this crucial conversation with your children until tomorrow. Start today by explaining why prayer is so vital. Demonstrate through your example that prayer is not an obligation, but a gift and a blessing. Take this step right now, because the spiritual legacy you pass on to your children is truly priceless.